There's a lot of great Zabu decks out there right now that are smashing things in Marvel Snap. We covered 3 of the top decks yesterday, but this deck might be the most fun and the most consistent that I've been using so far. So if you want to see what is my favorite deck so far in my initial Zabu testing, then you know what to do. Find that like button. Let's go snap it.
ValleyFlyin.
Hello. What is up, Valley Club? Welcome back to the Valley Snap channel. I am ValleyFlyin, and I hope you're having a great day. I hope your start of 2023 is going well, and I hope you're enjoying this new season that we're in Marvel Snap. Now, we talk about Marvel Snap on this channel, and if this is your first time here, hit that subscribe button so you stay up to date on all the videos on this channel. We have gameplay videos like this. We got news, other tips, tricks to help your Marvel Snap experience, and yes, we have at least 5 videos per week on this channel. Now, we're talking about one of my favorite decks that I'm using right now. It is this Zabu deck, and it combines 2 of my favorite archetypes. Now, unfortunately for this, there are 2 pool 4 cards on this deck, and I think they're pretty important to make this deck work. Let's go take a look at this deck and check out some of the cards. Now, obviously, because this is a Zabu deck, one of the more important cards in this is Zabu to reduce the cost of the cards in your hand. Other important cards, this is a pool 4 card, unfortunately, and it is Luke Cage. Because as you can see, we have cards like Hazmat in here. We have cards like Typhoid Mary. We also have Wong and Absorbing Man in here to help increase the negative that Hazmat can do. So Luke Cage not getting their power reduced, not getting your cards with the power reduced is very important, especially if you're going with some negative locations, or maybe your opponent is also running some Hazmat decks or something. You don't want your power reduced. So Luke Cage is very important. Hazmat obviously is very important because we want to be able to do this on revealability, and should be a little better once the next update drops. The word is that Hazmat is going to be a 2/2 card once the next update drops, so she's going to be a little stronger. Now, the ways that we could boost Hazmat is with Wong, and that's probably the most obvious choice. He is a 4-cost card, which means that Zabu is going to reduce the cost of Wong. Mystique can also boost that Hazmat, so if we play Wong with this ongoing ability, doubling the on reveal abilities at that location, Mystique can copy that ongoing ability of Wong, which means that Wong followed by Mystique followed by Hazmat could get Hazmat activated 4 times. If we go Wong, then Mystique, then Hazmat, then follow that up with an Absorbing Man, copying that ability that Hazmat, we get a lot of power reduction with that Hazmat, and probably going to win the game. Now, unfortunately, Absorbing Man is a very important card in this deck. It gives us a couple options. This gives us that option to copy Hazmat. If we could do it on a lane behind Wong and Mystique, that'll be awesome. If we could just do it on a lane behind Wong, that's awesome as well. But we also have this Spider-Man here. So we could play Spider-Man with his on-reveal ability, locking down a location. An opponent cannot play cards at this location in the next turn. If we do that on turn 5 with Spider-Man in one lane, Absorbing Man in the other lane, we could kind of lock out our opponent for 2 of the locations, and you only need to win 2 of the locations to win. Shang-Chi is an excellent tech card, especially if you could copy that Zabu ability with someone like Mystique, or you put it on Onslaught Citadel, which effectively makes this a 1-cost card, and we can destroy enemy cards at the location that have +9 power, using this on one of the last turns to really counter whatever big plays that they're doing. Hopefully you have the tempo there. Rescue is an awesome 4-cost card, which turns into a 4/9 card, and you can pretty much control this, especially if you have Zabu on the field, could turn it into a 2/4 or 2/9 or a 1/4 or 1/9, depending on how many times you have that Zabu copied. We also have Typhoid Mary in here, which is a 4/10 card, which with Zabu on the field turns into a 2/10 card, which is ridiculous. And we're not going to have this negative ongoing effects to counter this if we have Luke Cage on the field as well. And initially I found this deck here, and it had She-Hulk in this location because I just got Absorbing Man, I just got Zabu, I just got She-Hulk, and I wanted to play with all of them. And there was a lot of matches that She-Hulk made a difference. Their extra 10 power coming out in an early turn was huge. But I found that sometimes when I don't get Zabu, or I don't get Luke Cage, or don't get Spider-Man or Absorbing Man, and I don't get the cards I want on those initial turns, didn't really work out so well. So America Chavez is here to give us a nice 9 power play that we could have on that final turn, but more importantly, to give us a 11 card deck that we're drawing from, to give us more opportunities for that Zabu to get drawn, for more opportunities for that Luke Cage to get drawn. And the last card that I didn't talk about yet is Rogue. Rogue is a 3-cost card, so does some good things in his deck, and unfortunately is not going to get reduced from Zabu because she's a 3-cost card, but it's a great tech card, and there's an argument to be made for Rogue or Enchantress. You could do either one if you don't have Rogue. Enchantress works very well, and Enchantress, the good thing about Enchantress is she is going to remove all of the ongoing abilities from everything. Now, that could be a bad thing if you're playing in your own lane and you forget, but Enchantress also works. I like Rogue because it steals an ongoing ability, and I found that a lot of times with the Zabu decks all over the place, if I don't get my Zabu, Rogue comes in very handy because she could steal that Zabu ability, and I can still have, the Zabu plays of all my 4-cost cards. And that is how this Zabu deck works, but let's go see this deck in action with some actual gameplay and see how to navigate this deck. All right, we have Luke Cage showing up, Mystique and Shang-Chi, all on turn 1. We have the Bifrost as that first location. We're not going to be playing anything on turn 1, but we do have Luke Cage that we can play on turn 2. Yondu is going to destroy 1 card, destroys the Hazmat, which really diminishes the value of Luke Cage, but we're going to play him anyway because that's the only 2-cost card that we have showing up. We're going to play him. We still have the option of Typhoid Marys that will still be fine. Rogue potentially can give us some nice combos as well. But let's see, we still will need Zabu in our hand. We have Spider-Man showing. There's nothing to seal with Rogue or Mystique. We're going to skip this turn. And we will see what else we have the ability to do. All right, let's based on what they play. We don't have Zabu in our hand yet, which is kind of a problem right now. They get a Squirrel Girl playing a lot of squirrels there. But we get a Killmonger to stop them. All right, we're getting extra turns on there. There's our Zabu, finally. We're going to play him right now. We're going to get a bunch of... We're going to get all these cards moving to the left 2 or to the right 2 times. So is Luke Cage going to go all the way to the far right location? And is that far right location going to be filled with their cards? Let's see how this works if we had double Bifrost right now. All right, there's debris. And there's a bunch of crappy rocks. Zabu helps out with that. And all right, so they only move 1 location. They don't move 2 times, but unlucky for them. They have a lot of rocks in their deck. Oh, so we do move 2 times. All right, so we have 3 power. I'm suspecting they're going to get something like a... something to destroy it all, or like a Patriot deck or something like that. All right, so if we can lock down 2 locations on turn 5, this will be horrible for them, great for us. Let's see what they do. They're not going to be able to play anything on turn 6, but we don't have a lot of power that we have on turn 5 right now. They're not going to be able to play anything on this last turn, so it's all going to be based on what they do here. They're going to either retreat or they're going to play it, depending what they do on this turn here. I don't think it's right. Actually, we should snap right now, because I think once they see the locations locked down, they will retreat. Although it's kind of a gamble because they could put something down strong and counter whatever we're doing. So let's see what they play here. They're still waiting. What are they going to do? They're not going to be able to get an Ultron out. They still can get a Patriot. They go with the Bucky Barnes, or they're not going to be able to destroy the Bucky Barnes. They destroy a lot of the rocks there, but we have 2 locations locked down, which means that we've already won both those locations, unless they pull a Doom or something like that. Last card we could play, what will it be? I guess Shang-Chi won't do anything. Typhoid Mary, I guess we could put it there. Yeah, they retreat. So it's great that we snapped there. There wasn't much that they could do at that point. All right, we have Luke Cage, Typhoid Mary, Shang-Chi all showing up on turn 1. There's a nice 2-3 combo. Luke Cage on turn 2, Zabu on turn 3. Let's see what some of these locations turn out to be and what our opponent plays. Cards have -1 power. That's fine with that Luke Cage there. Adding a random card after turn 3 is fine as well. Let's go ahead and play this. And let's play Zabu. Let's see where to play Zabu. What is that last location? All right, we don't want a rock on our side here, so let's try to get some power out here in case they play nothing on turn 3, which they do. They're going to get that rock. Get the Mr. Fantastic. Great target to steal with Rogue here. They're expecting that additional power there. And Omega Red, interesting play there. We get that additional 10 power here. We could get 4 at the rest of the locations. What I would want to do right now, though, is try to get this Wong out on the board, followed by a Hazmat. So what we can do, we can go Typhoid Mary here and Wong in the middle, and that'll give us the option for Hazmat. And it would be great if we get a Hazmat and a Absorbing Man followed up with each other. We do have that Shang-Chi tech play. And do I want to steal their Mr. Fantastic ability? Is that even worth it? So we can play our Hazmat here. We could also lock down a location here to make sure that we get that extra Omega Red power. We're not going to be able to lock. We're not going to be able to do that Hazmat play. We probably should have done Spider-Man then Hazmat in case we get an Absorbing Man. Let's see how this plays out. All right, so we're going to lock down that location. We're going to get extra power from that Omega Red that we got from that free draw from X Mansion. All right, they have a rogue. They're going to steal our Wong's ability. All right, they already had the power reduced, though. We're going to get our America Chavez. And it looks like they're going Silver Surfer here. We could take that Wong ability back. We don't want to double this. We could also steal the Mr. Fantastic ability. And if they do something with... I think this is what we do. We go with a gamble here. We go Rogue, steal either the Rogue ability back so they can't double reveal, or we steal their Mr. Fantastic, stealing a little extra power from the sides. And then depending what they play, we won't be able to do anything with Shang-Chi, but we'll get that extra power there. Hopefully we steal one of the abilities that they need there. All right, so we're getting a little extra power there. Looks like we stole the Mr. Fantastic ability. We're gonna get a couple extra powers. Hopefully they don't have the extra reveals. All right, so they get a Mystique and they get Silver Surfer. So you're gonna do it twice. Once, and not twice, because we stole the Rogue ability. The gamble paid off. They stole our Wong, we stole it right back. I love it. All right, we have Rescue, Zabu, Rogue. So ongoing effects here double. I know where I want to play my Zabu, right at that Onslaught Citadel. I'll give our 4 cost cards all the way down to 1 cost. +2 power in our hand. That is great. Not going to play anything on turn 2. I want to get that Zabu out on Onslaught Citadel as soon as possible. All right, so we got Zabu out. We do have Rescue. We have Absorbing Man. We can get a lot of power in one location if we go Rescue followed by Absorbing Man. No Luke Cage to play that Hazmat, and we would need Wong to really make it effective. Wong, Mystique, or Wong and Absorbing Man at location. All right, so now we have that Luke Cage, so we do have an option for some of these other ones. Let's go to Luke Cage there. We're definitely going to play Rescue, and I think let's just go for a lot of power here. We don't have Wong or Mystique in our hand yet. We do have that Hazmat. We don't have what we need to really supercharge that power. So let's try to win that middle location with this. All right, so we got there. And I guess we should have put Luke Cage all the way at the end to free that up in case Wong or Mystique shows up, because there are ongoing abilities there. All right, Spider-Man is the next card. We're gonna have to play... Let's go Spider-Man. Let's actually go Spider-Man here. And as long as we have a card, if you play a card, yeah. So we'll play our Shang-Chi here. Or is it more better to put that Rescue or that Rogue out there? I think let's put the Rogue out. Or you know what? Let's do this. I don't think Wong's not showing up right now. Let's put the Hazmat out there. Give some of their cards a little less power, and that'll kind of lock down the middle there. Gonna get a lot of power in the middle. I don't know if they're gonna be able to compete with that, and we're reducing some of their cost of their cards as well. We're getting 19 power in the middle. We're gonna lock down that left location. Let's see what this Leech card transforms into. All right, not the worst. We're really relying on the tech from those cards. They get an America Chavez there on that far location. We have an America Chavez to match them. And I think that's what we're just going to do. We're just going to go match them, their America Chavez, and not use our Rogue, not use our Shang-Chi. That Leech came out a little late. They got the Doctor Doom, which means they're going to get a little more power on that left location, but just not enough to beat the American Chavez that we throw down. Nice clean win there. So that is how to play this deck, guys. Like I said, it is my favorite deck that I'm using right now. I like that Luke Cage Hazmat interaction. I think that's one of the most fun interactions in the game. So any chance I get to use that, I'm going to use that deck. And Zabu is a new flavor of the month, which gives us a lot of options. Also using that Absorbing Man in this deck. So this is a very fun deck for me. It may not be the best deck for you if you don't have Luke Cage, you don't have Absorbing Man. There's a lot of other Zabu decks that work really well without those cards. And if you want to see some of the other decks that work really well with Zabu, check out my video that I did yesterday. But I hope you enjoyed this deck. If you haven't already checked me out on social media, check me out on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff. If you want to support the channel, check out some of my other videos and check out some of the sponsors down below. BlueStacks is an awesome emulator. It is my emulator of choice. Amazon Coins is another sponsor of this channel, which you could save some money on all of your in-game purchases on any game on the Amazon App Store. Marvel Snap is not on there yet, but any other game that you play, Amazon could save you some money. And check out BlueStacks for some awesome merch as well. Have a great rest of your day. I will see you guys next time. We got more content coming out tomorrow for Marvel Snap. But until then, enjoy your snapping. Hulk fist bump. ValleyFlyin out. Have a great day, guys.